Welcome to True's Reef. What's going on, guys? This is True Reef, and this is an update on the 200-gallon Jebao Reef tank. And today, basically, I just want to go over my aquascape as well as my fish list, my fish wish list, and the names of my fish. So let's get into it. So first will be basically my aquascape. So with the aquascape, I basically wanted to be able to see majority of the way down the tank. And at one point I was able to, well, in the back I can basically. And but at one point, like down the middle, I could. But this little arch here fell over on me basically. And my torch used to sit on top of there, but now I have a nice little I think it's a firecracker acro, and it's gonna look real nice once it becomes a colony. But with that being said, with this aquascape, I basically wanted to, so when you come in my room, well, I guess the area where the tank sits, to the left is this is the first thing you see. And being that it's a 7-foot tank, you can almost put like make it as if it's like 3 different tanks in one. So with this view, I wanted to make, you know, like a build, like a slope up to where you can see it. And it turned out pretty neat, especially with the zoas and the way they grow in. And I have more to add, but still, the way they grow in and cover up all the rock, it looks pretty nice. So once you go over, you have this arch here. Keep the glare off for you. So this little arch here, this is the one that fell over, but I love the way it looks now. And it opens up into this bigger, I guess, arch, or yeah, that's a half of arch, but bigger arch here that they can go under, swim under. I also have like a little cave area in here that they can go through. That little plate, I have tons of that plate. And basically, let me just say this, that all the rock that I've started with was all carrot seed, purple rock, the reef ready rock. Now from, I guess, my 54-gallon fish tank, it was basically, I think I had like 45 pounds of rock in there, and it was all dead rock at first except of the plate rock. I bought, there's probably one piece here, there's a bigger piece there, and that piece there. So but with that, we have, I forgot about the little chalice island here that you can also see through kind of to my garden, my Zora garden, which is pretty cool. And you have this little area that goes down, of course, all up under here. So this was a big Monty piece that grew, and I set it pretty much in the middle, and it connected those 2 pieces, but you can see clean up under it. I'm gonna take that little aptage out so he doesn't get to live. My little arch cave, my little cave here is pretty cool, and I pretty much just built off of it. Get you back off of the glare. So I pretty much built off of the little arch, and I wish I came out a little bit more on this side, but it's cool. It turned out pretty neat. And my, as you can see, my green star polyps is extremely isolated in the back there, and I really don't get to see it as much. So I'm considering, I don't know, maybe adding a rock under it to lift it up a bit to cover up this area. I might do that. That'd be cool. But anyway, I have some back there, which I might put it on top of that and let it grow. But all of this went up to the top, and I didn't go too far up in the tank because, as you can see, we had plenty of space up there. Get you back off the camera. We have plenty of space up at the top. Let me see if we can put my hand so you can see from that first acro. But with that being said, at least 6 or 7 inches, so we'll be able to grow that out. Now my other island, it is an island, but it kind of looked like it's connected, and this is actually like a little loop as well, another little arch that I have for the fish to swim through basically. And like I said, I want to be able to see all the way through, and I was able to with that big fella. It looks good, a bicolor frog spawn. And It's one of the originals, man. I did have the original torch, which I still do. The I think the Endo torch. It was a massive torch. It did die back, but I also sold at least, I don't know, maybe 10 heads off of it. And also this bubble coral. My old school corals. I had a, we're not even gonna talk about it anyway. With it being going on, this little caveway, this is another little cave for them to go in and out of. I just have a bunch of those. And now onto the floating aquascape. So the floating part of the aquarium, I wanted a floating part. I wanted a floating aquascape. I didn't want to do the entire tank that way because of course, cleaning up under there can be a pain. But I do have my PP20 down there on blast. Well, not on blast, but necessarily it's strong enough to, as you can see, those corals that's coming from that PP20 is not coming from those pumps there. I turned those off and those still flap like that. So with it being moving on, I do want to I consider adding a little more rock in the back just for more hiding and sleeping spots for the fish. And I think that'd be cool. But the floating aquascape, of course, I did like anyone else. If you ever looked them up with their tutorials, and I glued it around here and on the back, along the back part of it, as you can see. And those two rods that I have in there, that are pretty much just because I put them there just to be safe. But it only really two big rocks that sit on there. The rest are the plates and a little bit of small rocks that I pretty much glued on. And it looks pretty cool, but I'm gonna add some more rocks down in the back there. So that's the aquascape, you guys, and we're gonna move to the fish and name of those guys and get them names. One we're gonna have to talk about, I guess, is this hippo tang, and we call this guy Ryder because we had to drive a nice little ways to pick him up, but I got an awesome deal on him, and you just could not pass it up for a hippo tang. And so he had to ride back with us. My wife was like, you know what, we're gonna call him Ryder, and that's what he's been ever since. And as you can see, he's literally what they call a hippo tang. They call him that for a reason. He eats everything. He's a hog, basically. So next, we're gonna go to my two yellow tangs. So we have, let's see, who is this? So it's Jack and Jill. I'm gonna tell you who it is. This is Jill, and I can tell you who that is by that on her back fin, on the top back fin. She has a little pearl on the back, not that white piece, but that white small piece, but on her back of her fin. It's like a little pimple there. And that's how I know that is Jill. Now Jack has always been a bit bigger, but lately she's just been catching up with him. And this is Jack here. See if I can get you guys closer to Jack while he's running around. So this is Jack. He came in after Jill, but he was always bigger, so she couldn't necessarily beat him up or fight him as she would the other yellow tang I had, which I had to get rid of. So here's Jill. And it seems like they get along pretty good. They swim together and all. So next is the Melanoris wrasse. Now this is Captain Sparrow. So Captain Sparrow, of course, looks like a sparrow the way he's pointing. But with that being said, he's the king of the tank. No matter what, he's pretty much like the dominant fish in the whole tank. Now, other than Captain Salazar, which is this guy, my Southern tank. Now, of course, you know how big Southern tanks get, especially when they extend their fins. They look so amazing when they do that. But Captain Salazar and, you know, Captain Jack Sparrow always had it out. These two guys run the tank, basically. So next we're going to go to is, I guess, Blue. We're going to do Blue here, which is my damsel. And I have 3 damsels, blue damsels, but this is, I think it's a Fiji. Not a Fiji damsel, this is a blue damsel. And I basically call him Blue. So the other 2 damsels, they are blue and yellow, but they're called the Blue Devil damsels. And this is Ed. He's always the bigger one, and he never looks picked on. Eddie, let's show you Eddie. He's down here. He's the smaller one, and he always looks like he has a piece of his fin missing. Let's see if we can get you guys him, like he knows I'm looking for him. But that's it. So like I said, he always look like he has a piece of his fin missing, which I think he does now. So with that being said, go on to the next. I'm gonna go to the clownfish that I have. I have 4 clownfish, but I have 3 different kind of clownfish. So my first 2, my black clownfish. This is True. She's the bigger one, bigger at the black. Chase is the smaller one. We have Marina, which is my maroon clownfish. She stays in this corner. She was probably one of the first fish I put in here. She had a mate, but the mate did not make it. So she's just been in this tank. I'm not sure why they're in her space right now, but this is her space, and they know that maybe they just want to be on camera, or they may think I'm gonna feed. Here's Chester, which is like a cinnamon or fire clownfish. All red, pretty much, and that's a little mean fella, but he stays down in the rock work. So, on to the next guy. So I did add pretty much 3 new fish, but we're not gonna go into them yet. Let's see if I missed out anyone. Oh yeah, Spike. So of course you know who Spike is. That's my Fiji foxface. What is this here? Fiji foxface. Let's see if you show you why we call him Spike. I guess everyone knows why you call it foxface Spike. But with that being said, he's pretty cool, modest citizen. If they do pick on him, he throw them spikes up and they step away from him. Oh, Dart. So here's Dart. And I call him Dart because he darts around the tank all the time, and I'm almost crazy that I missed him out. And Goldie, which is here, my damsels. These 3 damsels, Goldie, Blue, and Dart, were the first 3 fish in this tank. So as you can see, that's Goldie's home, and she takes over that spot. So the next we have Uno. Now Uno is I forget, a Laratel wrasse. Pretty cool, and I call him Uno because, as you can see, that's one eye. He only has one eye. If I can get to the other eye, see. So I can't get to the other eye, but he only has one eye, and the colors on him, just like the Unos, and of course Uno. Look at that. So he's there. It is. That's nice. Appreciate that, Uno. So with that being said, got you guys a nice view on that. Now they do share this area. The Hippo Tank and Uno share this area here. This is Uno area, and the Hippo Tank area is in the back. So you see why they always kind of bully each other. But I also have a Flasher wrasse, and he stays back in here. I don't know if he'll come out. Now, I also call him Flasher wrasse, so I call him Flash. But I'll post a picture and show you guys what they look like. But he is pretty cool. Now, the other fish that I just picked up, which was about 2 or 3 days ago, and the fish was quarantined at the store, but right now it's just been hiding because Salazar has been whooping up on him, and it is a Tamini tang. Let's see if I can get him out for you guys. See, okay, there he is. So he is a big fella, and I had to get him big in order to be able to survive the little whooping that he was gonna get when he got in here with these tangs or with that Goldie damselfish. And basically he's done well. As you can see, Salazar just went back there, and you don't see him flying out of here. That means that he's pretty much been able to hold his own. So I'm happy about that. But with that being said, these are all my fish. I do plan on adding 3 to 5 more fish. I do want a pair of flame angels, which I know may be crazy, but I do want a pair with this clam here. Will be the only reason why I don't get them, but I'm still considering it. This is the only thing that my old flame angel used to mess with, and even then it still grew. It just didn't have the polyps like that, but it still looked pretty decent. And with that being said, I'm still considering 2 flame angels, and I guess 1 more tang. I know I'm probably going crazy with the tangs, but it's probably 1 more tang, the 2 flame angels, and I think it's 2 other fish that I want, but I have to think about them. I know I want a purple. I want to consider a purple tang. I want a purple tang. So that's another one that's the tang, I guess. But with that being said, oh yeah. I'm considering adding 2 more orange clownfish. Now I have 4 or 5 of them now, but I'm considering adding 2 or 4. Like I said, 2 orange clownfish, or maybe some Antheus, which I did add Antheus, but the two died on me because I didn't feed the tank enough. But I am going to get an automatic tank feed, fish feeder, so that'll be the next move. But with that being said, this is True Reef. I want you guys to check out this. I think it's called a Yellow Thunderstruck. I got this guy and this Joker torch for a really good deal, and I'll pick those guys up. But with that being said, this is True Reef, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. It's been a long one.